joining us to wrap up BlogHer Biz. It's been our month-long celebration to celebrate entrepreneurs and small businesses. And I can't tell you how excited we're to talk to you. Everyone, the minute we heard you were doing this, everyone's like, oh, we have so many questions. So I have 400 questions for you in probably 4 minutes.
Great.
So let's get going. Okay, Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month just wrapped up last week. How have you navigated the entertainment industry as a Latinx woman? Like, what challenges have you met over the years?
Well, you know what? First of all, I have to tell you that I cannot complain. Even though I've been a Latin woman with, a very thick accent, very Latin. I mean, I grew up in Colombia. I didn't grow up in the United States. I have to say that Hollywood and, the whole entertainment business has been very good to me, and it would be unfair to complain. I'm not going to say it has been easy. I do feel that I've had a little bit less opportunities because of being Latin and sounding the way I am. But I think the important thing is that at a very early point, I realized that I needed to use that in my advantage instead of making, in my head thinking, oh, this is going to stop me. Oh, I'm not going to try to do that. Oh, that's not for me. So I think that's what helped me, that at the beginning I realized I'm Latin, I am who I am, and I'm going to try to, take advantage of it, because the reality is that this country, is, full with Latin people. So they need representation. So that means that I knew that there was a place for me.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like earlier in your career you were typecast?
Well, I feel like I'm always going to be typecast because of the way I sound, the way I look. And I in a way, I don't feel there's anything bad with that. I mean, the reality is that it'll be crazy to think that I'm going to play an astronaut, right now. So
I
you have to
do it.
I mean, you have to be realistic, and it's not, I don't feel like stereotyping or typecasting is always, something bad. It is what it is.
Okay, I love that answer. But I want you to know I would watch you in a space movie. I'd follow you to space. Okay, so this past spring, you teamed up with Kiva to support their COVID-19 fund. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what drew you to Kiva?
Well, I knew I wanted to do something when the pandemic happened, when, I wanted to help the people that were most affected. And I thought, I've always believed in microfinance, and partnering with Kiva to raise the global fund was, the perfect situation for me because of their knowledge, their resources. It was perfect to support minorities, like, women that are entrepreneurs. And I knew this woman, this group of entrepreneurs, women, were going to be impacted big time in a massive way. So when I realized about what Kiva was going to be able to do, I said, this is where I want to team with.
Yeah. And Kiva has helped over 3.7 million people across the world fund their dreams. Are there any stories in particular that stand out to you?
Oh, there's, thousands of stories at this point. But for example, there is a woman in Brazil that she's Colombian, Liliana, and she lives in Brazil as a refugee. And she was making a living over there by selling food to the locals, like in a restaurant, Colombian food. And when COVID happened, of course, she was like, she couldn't do it. Nobody was going to restaurants. So what she did is she got a loan, and with the loan, she was able to buy groceries and reinvent her business by delivering food to people that were now quarantining at home. And so that worked for her, and now she's okay. So that's the whole idea of being able to help these people to create their own income.
I love it. I love it. It's such a wonderful concept. And especially this year, I think we can simply say this year has been, Sofia left. She's gone, guys.
I'm back.
I'll just take that from the top.
I dropped my pen.
So I think we can both admit this year has been really difficult. And you kind of touched upon it, but does Kiva's mission feel like more relevant than ever right now?
Well, for me, it's so impactful because right now it's not an endorsement. It's not a charity. It's an amazing business tool that we're providing these women, these borrowers, so that we can help them empower them to create their own income, their own business. So, I mean, I love it. I have seen, by firsthand the impact that microfinance can have in a woman, for example, in a female entrepreneur, because you're not only changing their lives, you're giving them, the resources to generate the income so that they can help their family. So that means that you're not only helping her, you're going to help the whole family. And I think that's amazing. You actually change the whole future of the family, not just her.
I love that. I love how you're saying it's like an empowerment tool. It's just such a great way of like framing it. So how can we all get involved and how can we give back right now?
Well, it's super easy because you only need to, for example, give $5 a month, and 100% of the crowdfunding money is going to be given to the borrowers around the world that applied for the COVID fund. So it's amazing. 100% of the proceeds go to them, and just go to kiva.org if you want to help. Anything would make a big difference.
I love it. Okay, so switching gears a little bit, I learned that you studied dentistry back in Colombia. And so tell me, how did you end up in the career you're in now?
Well, I didn't finish dentistry. That was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a doctor when I was young, and it was the best next thing that was a little bit easier because I wanted to have a family and get married was dentistry. Yeah. But life had other plans for me, and I've always tried to adapt and make the best out of opportunities. And so I quickly forgot about dentistry when I started getting propositions to do presenting, modeling, and stuff like that was gonna immediately give me money, because I was a mother. I was a single mother at that point. I had already divorced. So I was always ready to take opportunities and to, risk everything to make it work.
So tell me the truth. If you and I got stuck in an island, castaway style, and I lost a tooth, can I count on you?
No.
Oh, okay.
To do what? To do what to you with the tooth? You lose it, you lose it. What are we going to do?
See, you just solved it. You actually are a dentist too. So, as a successful entrepreneur, what is your advice to all the entrepreneurs and small business owners who are tuning in today?
Well, I think something that I've always thought that it was super important is that you have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe also in the product that you have, even if that product, like in my case, the product was myself. So you have to believe in it. You have to, right now I am very lucky because I do get presented with a lot of great or horrible opportunities in business. And what I always look at is that is something that I believe in, something that I would use, that I would wash my hair with, or that I would drink or eat or wear, something that is true to me, because I believe that, for example, my fans, my customers, however you want to call them, my followers, they're intelligent people. You don't want to trick them with stuff that is not, the real stuff. And that's something that I understood from the beginning. They're intelligent, and I have to respect that. And I have, to be true to myself.
Yeah. So one of your latest business ventures is Foster Grant Eyewear collection. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Look, I'm wearing them right now.
I had a feeling, because I was like, those are so pretty, but
They're so cute. I love them. You know what? It's like I dreaded getting old. I'm 48 now, and like the past like years, I've lost my sight like big time, like in a horrible way. I can't read anything. I
Mhm.
can't even look up. I mean, my nail. So it's. I'm like I dreaded wearing glasses and looking like a grandmother or
Mhm.
like a I don't know. And I thought, I mean, I need to do something because I need to own this. I need to be wearing glasses all the time. Like in this Zoom meeting, I mean, I need it. I need to turn the computer on.
Yep.
So I'm like, let's do something. And I teamed up with Foster and Grant because they they allowed me to design with them. They of course I am not an expert designing glasses. So it was not only about making them look pretty. I also wanted them to be real glasses and practical and that they would work. So they teamed me up with professionals and they allowed me to to do what I wanted with the design so that women, it's a bold, beautiful statement that makes you look better, not like a grandmother.
Yeah. Well, I actually have to say, like, it's the first thing I noticed when we got on. I was like, oh, I love those glasses. I need to get them. But I also
I'll
think,
send you some.
oh, I would love that. I also think grandmas are going to be on that boat too. They're going to want them as well.
I love
Um, so quick question, with all of your success, you make transitioning from one industry to another look kind of effortless, which we all know it's not. We're all artists, storytellers. So what's your advice for someone who's heading down a new career path? Like, what's one tip or trick you could share with them?
Well, I think it's always nerve-wracking and it's always difficult to change. Make changes is difficult, but I also believe that making changes always is a good thing. It's good to take risk. It's good to challenge yourself. It's fun. It's always, I mean, usually good things, that's the way they come, if you take a risk and just jump on it. But I think it's also important to, when you're going to do something like that, to educate yourself, to learn as much as you can, to know what you're going to deal with, to ask a lot of questions, to find out what the pros, the cons, how it's going to impact your life. And if the more you know, the more you can actually control. So I think that's very important. But I definitely recommend people to not be afraid. And if you've been thinking for a long time about making changes, just make them.
Just do it. I love that because, last year I would say I decided to do one thing every month that scared me. And then I know, which at first was really nerve-wracking, but then I was like, oh, I'm used to this now. I'm going to just do something different. And then 2020 hit and I'm just scared all the time.
Oh my God. Yeah. You don't need to find any more things to be scared about.
Yeah. I was like, we got this, guys. But that's really terrific advice about, just taking risks and also just kind of doing it. Like, you've been thinking about it for a while. You're going to regret it if you haven't done it in a year.
Exactly.
So is that one reason too that you wanted to make your clothing line with Walmart, which is Sofia Jeans by Sofia Vergara, size inclusive? What was your inspiration for that?
Well, I think, I mean, nowadays you have to. It is a reality. Women comes in all colors and all sizes, in all shapes, and more in this country, in the United States, we're like, the melting pot. So, I mean, you have to cater for everyone. It's the right thing to do. And more as a woman, as a Latin woman, I wanted to really, really reinforce that I was able to make clothes that were affordable and that would fit anyone who wanted to wear them. And of course, Walmart was like the perfect partner for me because they were willing to do that. And they've been willing to do it for a long time. They've been very inclusive for a long time. So it was great. I mean, we've done amazing with the clothes. People are loving them. I love them. I put them on all day long for work, to be around the house. My cousins, my friends. I mean, it's been like an amazing success. It's one of the most rewarding jobs for me because I am really invested. Like, I'm really involved in the designs, the colors, the materials, the zippers. So it's so much fun for me.
Yeah, and you come from a big family. Do they all wear your jeans?
They all wear my jeans, believe it or not. And I don't think it's because I gave them for them for free. No, because some of my cousins, they're like, oh, I just ordered these. Oh, I just ordered that. And I'm like, I let them. I'm like, yeah, support. I do give them free stuff, but sometimes they're like, they're all getting them on their own because they love it so much.
That's great. That's a real sign of success when your
Yeah.
family and friends use their own money to buy your
Yeah, and they
product.
complain. It's like, oh, they ran out in my size. I'm like, I mean, what am I gonna do? I mean, it's not like I have like a
You're like, I don't have
storage
them.
with all the sizes. I'm like, okay, you have to wait. If it says it's like, it'll come back, you have to wait.
That's amazing. I love it. So, what role models have you looked to in like the entrepreneurial space? Anyone that's inspired you?
Oh yeah, I mean, women like, for example, Jennifer Lopez, who's been able to achieve so much in Latin. I mean, not even just being Latin, just as an actress and a singer, doing everything that she wanted to do. I love, for example, Oprah, everything that she's been able to do and to reach, and the business, for example, that Martha Stewart created in her life. I mean, that always makes me jealous.
I would like to see you, Martha Stewart and Jennifer Lopez, like at a round table chat. So between acting, hosting, all of your businesses, it seems like you're always kind of working and you somehow look good. It's probably those glasses. How are you avoiding burnout right now?
You know what? I have to say, like at the beginning of what happened with the COVID, it was kind of like, I guess because it was, something new to be at home with not that many responsibilities. And I was able to bring my son and my niece, Claudia, to the house. So it was at the beginning, it was kind of like fun and great, even though I was nervous and felt bad for everything that was happening, the death, the sickness. It was kind of like nice to have for the first time that time with my family like that without having to worry about waking up, for work or going for work. But I mean, 8 months into it, like now I'm like, I'm done. It's like, I want life to come back. I mean, I want to see, more family, my friends, to be able to travel. That's the same things that everybody wants to do. But also I try to maintain, I try to be, thankful. I like when I want to complain, I'm thankful. I'm like, you know what? I was able to finish, my work. Like, for example, AGT, I am able to be at home when I wanted to be home, when we didn't know what was going to happen. So I can't complain. I've been good. My family has been healthy. So that's how I keep thinking, Sofia, you have to be grateful. There's nothing, there's a lot of people that are in bigger problems than you sitting at home bored.
Yeah. So I have a question. What do you miss the most? Because I never thought I'd say this because I was never a hugger before, but I miss hugging people.
I miss restaurants.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I don't care about hugs. I have my husband here. It's fine. I'm good with the hugs. But the restaurants, and like, like I'm not like a party person, like going to nightclubs or anything anymore. But I would go, with my friends to a restaurant or with my husband, and that I feel like I don't know, I miss that.
Yeah, that energy of just being around people. I know in New York, they're trying to do like outdoor sidewalk cafes, but it's just not the same. And with winter coming, I feel like, oh gosh.
No, I've been very careful, because we've been working, me and my husband, we've been working. So you owe that responsibility to the companies, to not expose yourself out there to get sick. So we haven't been eating outside. I mean, the only thing that we do out is when we have to go to work.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, let's talk a little Modern Family. It was such an iconic show. You were so amazing on it. Have you stayed in touch with your co-stars? And do you guys think you'll be doing some kind of virtual quarantine reunion anytime soon?
You know what? Like, it was so weird because we finished Modern Family in February, and 2 weeks later they did all the close down. So how lucky we were that we were actually able to shoot the whole, season finale. So we haven't seen each other actually since February because it was weird. The pandemic happened, we said goodbye, and then that was it. And it's funny that today actually is going to be the first time that we might see each other because it's Jesse Tyler Ferguson's birthday. And he said he was going to do a little get together outdoors with masks, social distancing, just so that we go and sing happy birthday to him.
Okay.
So I am definitely thinking of going tonight. I mean, it'll be like my first social going in 8 months, but
Yeah.
I'm so nervous. But I think, I mean, we've all been tested and Jesse's super, careful. So I might go.
I love it. Modern Family, 6 feet away.
Yeah.
I hope you guys share a picture. People need that joy. So, would you ever, like looking to the future, would you ever be in a sitcom like Modern Family again? Or is there a show on television now that you're like, I want to be in that show?
Well, I think the odds for an actress to be able to get another sitcom as successful as Modern Family is very small. I wouldn't be hoping for that.
Mhm.
I got so lucky that I started, for example, my new job with AGT immediately, so that kind of made me like get over a little bit of Modern Family faster.
Yeah.
And I really, had the best time this season. I hope that I get to do more seasons because it was like such a special thing for me to do.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I don't try to plan too much about what I'm going to do. I kind of like take the opportunities. So we'll see, maybe I'll do another sitcom, maybe not, who knows.
Okay. So is there, not a sitcom, but is there like a drama on television right now that you love that you would like to be in?
The Sopranos, but I think that's too late for me. Now they're in quarantine. I saw the TV shows that I had never been able to see. I had never seen The Sopranos, so my husband put that for me, and I loved it. I saw Mad Men for the first time,
So good.
and we just finished. I just finished. He had seen it, but he sacrificed himself and watched it again. We watched The Wire.
Oh, I love The Wire. Oh,
Amazing TV shows. So I was like, I can't believe that I had not watched those amazing TV shows.
I know. I actually, it's the time of reboots, so I could see you in a Sopranos remake. I'm just saying. Okay, we just have like two last questions. So 2020, like we had talked about, has been quite a year, and everyone's really doing kind of the best they can. So I just want to know, like, what have you discovered about yourself during this time?
Well, I have no interest in cooking at all. I thought that I was, maybe because I was trapped in the house, bored, doing nothing, that would have finally kick in.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I really have no interest. Um, I I enjoy watching TV more than I have ever admitted because I always call myself I'm not a TV person. Actually, if I am alone in a room or in a hotel room, it doesn't even occur to me that I can turn the TV on. If someone turns it on, I would watch it. But I have to say, during quarantine, it's been like amazing to watch all these TV shows that we were talking about before. So I guess I am more of a TV person than I thought. And I also realized, I am very grateful for what I have. I really was grateful of my house, grateful of being able to, have the food and my family together. Um, I realized that I am very, very, very grateful about that, and I don't take it for granted.
That's a great answer. So you're like, everyone can get their own food and we're watching TV.
Exactly. Well, my son is like a chef, so it was like amazing. It was like the best thing. I mean, we would all be waiting to see what he was gonna create.
You created him, so you basically cook.
You're absolutely right. You're so intelligent. You're brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, so one other thing I wanted to say is that you have such like an upbeat, infectious, positive attitude. And, it's really hard to maintain that, especially this year. So tell me the truth. What makes Sofia Vergara not happy?
What makes me not happy? I mean, there's many things that
Yeah.
don't make me happy. I mean, of course, sicknesses don't make me happy. People being treated unfair doesn't make me happy. Uh, the the division right now in this country makes me very unhappy. It's not the country that I, thought it was. It's like I realized people have a lot, against each other. I thought the United States were a little bit more united, and
Yeah.
that is very bad and makes me unhappy. But also it's a fantastic, country that we all want to be here. And that makes me happy to be able to be part of this country.
I love it. I love how you answered the not happy question with happiness. Okay, so just two last questions. One of our sister brands, Variety, did a fun video earlier this year with your husband and about Dungeons and Dragons. And so we want to know, has he gotten you into the game too? Or are you now a gamer?
No, I've never been able to do it because it sounds very complicated, and he's been playing it since he was young. So they know a lot of rules and it's a very complicated game. He loves it. He doesn't play as much now as he used to because, he's always working but during the quarantine, it was great for him and his friends because they were doing it online. Through through Zoom, or I don't know how they were doing it, but it makes me a little bit jealous because it sounds like an amazing hobby.
I feel like you should try it one day and maybe do like an Instagram live when you do it.
I feel like it's too much to concentrate in. It's like I prefer just to like drift when I'm relaxing. Yeah,
I love it. Okay, so this was wonderful. Do you have one last piece of advice for our audience that you would like to leave them with?
Well, when is this coming out?
We're going to be doing it next week.
So vote. Please go and vote. We need it right now.
Use your voice and your power, guys.
Yes, don't be afraid.
Sofia, thank you so much. It has been so inspiring to hear about all your work, especially your work with Kiva. And personally, I'm off to donate to them like right after this call, mainly so I can tell people I'm a badass micro lender. No big deal.
Thank you so much.
All right, everyone at BlogHer, thanks you. Have a great day.
Peace, everyone.